And let's just see if we can detect from the facial expression and the body language exactly what his mood is. He's usually such a laid-back character, he's nearly asleep, but he certainly wasn't laid back in those 95 seconds in which he destroyed Andrew Gallotta last time. We won't really know until the first bell sounds whether he's in his most tigerish of moods here. While he waits for Holyfield, Lewis in that difficult position of having to win merely to stay where he is. It's a hiding to nothing fight for him, but the camp feel that if he continues to look as spectacular as he did last time, then public demand will force the big showdown with Evander Holyfield. Lennox Lewis then, career earnings £35 million, and how does he look to you, Glenn McCrory?
Well, I've got to say, at this stage he looks good. He's come in the ring, he looks very concentrated. He looked fantastic last time. I will not know until the bell rings, you know, how quickly he's across the ring, how quickly he's asserted himself. But he's warming up now, doing a little dance. To me, this is, I think we're seeing Lennox Lewis in his prime, but he's still hungry. He's made all that money, but that doesn't mean nothing. He has to be the best heavyweight in the world, recognized by everyone. And I think until he's proven that, you know, he'll go on and on. There's still a lot to prove in his mind, and he's getting better as he's proving that.
Yes, the big fights with Tyson, Bowe and Holyfield, even Mora, have evaded him so far. We are waiting for our MC, as always on these huge occasions, Michael Buffer. And certainly the fight crowd have turned out in force to support this. Lewis has caught the imaginations. So many big names here: Joe Frazier, Roberto Duran. We've had Marvin Hagler in the ring, Tommy the Hitman Hearns, the great featherweight, Willie Pep, Jake LaMotta, the Raging Bull. They're all here to see Lennox Lewis, who believes he is the best heavyweight of this generation, though he has yet to prove it against Holyfield. He must win here and must continue to convince the American skeptics.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, by way of Caesars Atlantic City, main events, Pax Promotions and Cedric Kushner Promotions, in association with your undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser. This Buds for You present 12 rounds of boxing for the heavyweight championship of the world. Sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board Boxing Commissioner Larry Hazard Sr., Chairman Jerry Gormley, board members Gary Shaw and Stephen Katz, Deputy Commissioner John Greco, physicians at ringside, Dr. Dominic Coletta Jr., Dr. Ken Remsen, Dr. Earl Shaw, and Dr. Eric Wormser. Timekeeper at the bell, Roosevelt Gilbert. Counting for the knockdown seconds, alternate referee Lindsey Page. This bout is also sanctioned by, celebrating its 35th anniversary, the World Boxing Council. President Jose Suleiman, WBC supervisor at ringside, Andy Vandola. The three judges scoring this bout on a 10-point must system will be Anik Hangtankam, Terry O'Connor, and John Stewart. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Frank Cappuccino. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, from Caesars Atlantic City, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue trimmed with white. He weighs 228 pounds. His professional record, an excellent one. 30 victories, 24 by knockout with only one loss. From Brooklyn, New York, ladies and gentlemen, here is the challenger, Shannon Briggs. And across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing gold, trimmed with red and green. He weighs 243 pounds. After capturing Olympic gold, he now has a professional record of 32 victories, 26 by knockout with only 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, from East London, England, presenting the reigning WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox.
The eyes of the tiger. He looks in the mood again.
Lennox, good evening, gentlemen. You were both given your instructions in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times. Is there any questions from the Lewis? Any questions from Briggs? Both of you stop. Both of you touch gloves. Come on. Come on, come on.
They didn't want to touch gloves, did they? Frank Cappuccino, who is the referee in the biggest fight ever in Atlantic City, the Tyson Spinks affair that lasted just 91 seconds. Is Tyson watching, I wonder, tonight on the eve of his $4 million appearance as a wrestling referee?
But Lennox doesn't want to get by his corner. He wants to be in there for the action.
And Lewis very assertive from the word go, and putting Shannon Briggs onto the back foot. And Briggs gets in there with a good countering right hand punch to make Lewis think. Briggs coming off that hugely controversial win over George Foreman, which has been the subject of an investigation. But he showed unsuspected heart and quality of chin on that occasion. Briggs, of course, in the blue shorts, the yellow of Lennox Lewis, making the 3rd defense of his 2nd reign as WBC champion. It's his 7th world title fight here tonight.
The Briggs showing fast hands, good reflexes, looking for the left hook and the right hand over the top.
Briggs, quick hands, the fast counter-punching type, usually has a decent jab. Sometimes in the past, people with good jabs have troubled Lennox Lewis. Remember the fights with Ray Mercer and the early part of the fight with Frank Bruno down in Cardiff. Lewis struggled that night before asserting himself. It's a good start, this, by Briggs.
It is a good start. He looks nice and loose. Lewis just looks a little tense. He's trying just a little too hard at this point, trying to get that right hand in.
We worried about whether Briggs had serious trouble with his left hand. He was seen having treatment on that earlier this week, but he's been snapping out that jab early on here. Briggs's confidence will have been lifted by going all those rounds with Foreman, who may be an ancient monument now, but can still hit a bit. This is good stuff with the fast jab here from Shannon Briggs. Certainly not phased in any way by the look of it.
No, he's making a good start, confident, getting the left hook off well. The jab's been okay.
Briggs can sometimes look a little too upright and static for a fighter with his style. Left hand, oh, he's got Lewis there! Lewis caught by a left hand, and he might well have gone down back of the ropes. What a turner up here! Another left hand, and Briggs piling in the punches. And we have a real upset, possibly. Lewis is all over the place. He's caught with another left hand. His defense was really badly open then. Only 7 seconds left in the first round, which has been sensational here. Lewis in terrible trouble.
But what about that? A fantastic round for Briggs. He hurt him with a good left hook, kept the punches going in. Lewis was all over the place in that round. A desperate round for him. Who would have thought it? A great start for Briggs, whose confidence must be sky high at this point.
Well, he said, I've been in with a legend like George Foreman. Why am I going to feel any fear against Lennox Lewis? We wondered if those were just brave words. But the reality has been that Briggs has lived up to all his boasts pre-fight.
He didn't seem to get full weight behind that, but it was enough to have Lewis on unsteady legs. There